I went out last week to an agency. I haven't looked at agencies in years. Like, well, okay, to be clear, when I was much younger, so still in university, I had joined an agency and pretty much got shafted, like straight up shafted. Like, I went in, met with this guy and this girl. Actually, it was a guy and a girl, and then what happened? And then I think he was like, "Oh yeah, you're great, blah blah blah, but we need you to get you know, whatever headshots, whatever." And then he's like, "We'll set you up with a photographer, blah blah blah." And I think I paid something like I paid a lot of money, like a few $100s at least, maybe 600, maybe more than that, to get these headshots done. And then I think I went on a couple reads, like a few, went in for a few readings after that, and then never heard from them. And then a couple years later, got contacted by a police officer who said that they'd been doing an investigation, and that this company, that the company that had done my, my agency had um, been brought up on charges of fraud, and that like tons of people were compensated, and I think I got compensated back like a couple $100s, because it was like a big lump sum, and then it got divided up into all of the different plaintiffs. So I remember getting the call saying, "These guys are being brought up on charges. Would you like to add your name to the list?" And I was like, "Sure." Right? And he's like, "There's no guarantee you're going to get anything," but I was like, "Whatever, that's fine." Anyways, and I remember too, um, the for that agency, the images that I got back were terrible. They were absolutely horrible. And it wasn't even the photographer's fault, because he wasn't so bad. But I was much younger then, so my face was very round. So I was all cheeks. I'm still all cheeks, but I was very much younger, and I had braids in my hair. And the makeup artist there, and makeup. Oh, you have to ask black girls about makeup. But anyways, the makeup artist there, she was like, "Oh no, I can do, let me do your makeup." And I was like, "No." And she was like, "No, I can do it. I promise. I swear." And I gave in because I thought, okay, I don't want to insult her because it's her profession. I'm sure she's done dark skinned girls before. And oh my God, that was a mistake. My eyes, like, I don't do my own makeup all that great. Like, this is not, I can do my makeup better than this. Right now, I don't really have makeup. Like, I'm like down to like, I'm like scrambling for makeup. I've got basically nothing. So I can do my makeup better than this, but even I don't do my makeup that well, right? I can maybe get on a good smoky eye. Right? Occasionally, but I am not great at it. But I have such a problem when it comes to makeup artists. I always have, because color matching with dark skin is so tricky. Even for me, like if I go to get foundation, people just automatically assume, "Oh, we'll get the darkest foundation." No, no, right? And a lot of dark skinned girls will make the error of going too light. No, you've really got to be. And then there's the idea of the undertones, which makes all the difference, I think, because it's not so much the shade that you're getting, it's the undertone. So is the makeup, is the foundation tinted with yellow or tinted with red? I have to go with a yellow tinted. So it's dark foundation with yellow tints as opposed to dark foundation with red tints. Anyways, live and learn, right? Anyway, so she was like, "Yeah, I can do it. I can do it." Oh, I okay, when I say she didn't do my eye makeup, she did not do my eye makeup. My eyes ended up looking. Do you know sometimes when you do your eyes or you don't do enough eye makeup and your eyes look like like tired, right? And then my lips were orange, like not like dark orange that can be sometimes very sad. No, I mean like a type of neon, like it was crazy. It was crazy. It was oh my God. I was so, I mean, and then, you're young. You don't know. You're too young. You don't know. I think I must have been, at the time, I must have been maybe 20, 21, right? Anyways, so then, Oh my God, it was terrible. So then I took the pictures, and I had no, like, I knew I looked terrible. And you know, when you look bad, you can't do all of that, right? Because you're like, oh, I just want to go and disappear somewhere. Anyway, so I took the pictures, and when they come, and this is why I know it wasn't the photographer's fault, because when the pictures came back and I saw them, and he actually said this to me when he looked at the things. He was like, you know what? In the beginning, you can see you're really tense, but you start to loosen up towards the end. And when I looked at the pictures, they weren't that bad. Like they were. And he was right. The earlier pictures were like horrible, and the later pictures were okay. But he did okay. But the makeup was just terrible. And then I was very hesitant. Anyway, so nothing came of that. And a couple of years later, um, no, not a couple of years later, when I graduated from university, I ended up joining an agency for like a minute. It wasn't very long, and and it was actually really, 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 like, I was very excited about the agency because there were lots of different opportunities, and it was cool because it was sort of dance related. Like, it's sort of, I think it was specifically a dance agency as opposed to like an acting agency. It was like an agency for dancers specifically, and so I was very excited about that. And what was really amazing, and this was um, it was really interesting because what was cool about them, there was no fee to sign up, none of that crazy stuff. There was no, like, I had to go in for headshots, but the agency took care of the headshots. That wasn't I wasn't out of pocket for that shit, right? They took care of it. And I showed up. I remember, so I did an audition to get to qualify to make it to the agency. And then once I did, then they went through the whole administrative process, so I had to take some headshots. I submitted, so I guess I don't even remember, because there's a picture of me somewhere in space with like a beret or something. And I know I took it for them, but I don't remember how I got that picture to them, because I don't think that was professionally done. I think that was just just because I had one. And then they set me up with their photographer at whatever studio that was. And it was fabulous. I always tell this story because it's funny. So I show up on the day, and at the time I was very fit, and I was wearing just jeans and a t-shirt. I was very sort of, like, that's like really dope, jeans and a really sexy black tee, and it was really simple, really low key. And I had my hair straight, not this hair, not my hair, like, but like extensions or a wig or something. I think at the time it was extensions I was wearing, so I was wearing extensions. It was really sexy and sleek and everything. And and the girl, so I've got in my mind, I've got my last experience with the last agency, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm just dreading it. And so the girl, the girl who's doing the makeup at the time, she's like, okay, come on, I'm gonna do your makeup. And I'm like, I, I was like, no, it's okay. And she's like, no, no, I'll do it. And I was like, and she's like, listen, because she was Asian. This girl, like, the first girl wasn't, but this girl was. She was like, listen, I understand about doing ethnic makeup. Just trust me. So I was like, okay, okay, right. So then I sat in her chair, and when I say I don't think anybody's ever done my eyes so well, she just she just did it. Like, she was fabulous. She made me a believer. She made me a believer after that. And the color, like, everything was just boom boom. It was killer. And I remember right before I went into my shoot, there was this guy who walked in, and he was like gorgeous. He was some actor dude, I assume, I don't know. But he was beautiful, and he was like, wow, you look good. I've never seen this guy before in my life, and I was like, yay! So then I went in to do my shots, and I was like, it was great. It was wonderful. It was a good day. It was a really good day. But anyway, so yeah, there's all of that crazy stuff. So it's been years since I've done the agency thing, and so I went in last week, and yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, I think it's a good idea. I'm always a little bit nervous about that stuff. Uh, I don't know why. I just am. I'm always a little bit nervous about that stuff. I mean, well, I don't know why, because I've had some crazy things happen, right? So, you're always a little bit like, and then when I got home, my mom was like, oh, so how was it? And I was like, oh, it was okay. My mom was like, she's West Indian. She doesn't play that like she's not down for that nonsense, right? She's a much more practical person. So I don't know, and I mean, but it was a good meeting. It was a good meeting, and I mean, I think it's a good idea for me. And what's interesting too, when I met with them, is they said, you seem like somebody who could do like a hosting position or something like that, like a gig type of thing. And so I thought that was cool. I thought it was all right, and the meeting seemed to go well. I mean, but I don't know. I don't know from these things. I mean, I have people in my network, I guess, who are like talent, like so who deal with this stuff on a regular basis. So I think I might send one of my girls or a couple of my girls just a question about, do you know about these guys, or who do you recommend, or what do you recommend, just because I don't know. And having had some of the crazy experiences I had, where it's just so what. Anyways, so but no, but it was a good meeting though. I did like the meeting, and it's always tricky when you're talent, right? Because you really, you have to put yourself in somebody else's hands, and that's like, even myself, like with the makeup person, I was like no, no, and you just never know. You never know who really knows what they're doing and who just says they know what they're doing. I mean, my lips were orange, like glowing orange. It was crazy. Orange. I was just like, anyways. So yeah.